Okay. Look at his muscles. God, he's so lean. No, he's not gonna do splits. No. No, you're not. No. What a show off.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberta. On week 1 of the NFL is almost in the books. And we could not be happier for another wild season on the gridiron. Yesterday's action wrapped up with a blowout of epic proportions in the Sunday Nighter, as the Cowboys blanked the Giants 40-0 at MetLife Stadium. Let's start with the positive, shall we? As Dallas became just the 5th team in NFL history to open their season with a shutout of 40-plus points on the road. The last time it happened was when the Steelers destroyed the Browns 43-0 back in 1999. New York lost the game 40-0, lost a sack battle 7-0, lost a turnover battle 3-0, had a field goal blocked and returned for TD, and also threw a pick six. No other team has had all 5 things happen in the same season, let alone all in one game. Now with more fun from week 1, we're bringing in our NFL analyst, Davis Sanchez. Thanks for joining us, Ches.
Hey, Marissa. Monday Night Football, let's get it.
Last year's Super Bowl combatants are still expected to win their respective conferences, despite the Chiefs losing their opener and the Eagles barely holding on in New England. Do you think KC or Philly has a better chance of returning to the Super Bowl?
Firstly, ignore the shirt. I haven't done any laundry, and this shirt, I was at a Super Bowl last year, and it wasn't as bright and obnoxious, a little more subtle than the Kansas City Red, so that's why I have this shirt. The only reason we can ask that question with a straight face is because Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the world. But the Philadelphia Eagles are a much better team right now and definitely have a better chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. 1, because they're in the NFC. 2, look at their offensive weapons. Take away the quarterback. They both have good quarterbacks. Mahomes obviously the best, but you saw what happened. The Kansas City Chiefs are beat up. Travis Kelce is their only proven playmaker right now on offense, and the Eagles got a boatload of them. That's one reason for sure.
Travis Kelce, who is now rumored to be seeing Taylor Swift, but that's just an aside. All right, Aaron Rodgers is finally making his Jets debut tonight when they host the Bills in the season's first Monday Nighter. Buffalo enters as a small road favorite. Do you think they're going to spoil Rodgers' big night?
Yeah, I think the Buffalo Bills win tonight. I think they get it done. I have a lot less faith in the Bills entering this season than I did last year. That being said, I don't think there's any other team that I would clearly say right now has a better shot at winning the Super Bowl than the Bills. They're right there at the top with the other teams. So, yes, my faith in them might have dipped a little, but they're still right there tonight. Watch for Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. The weakness of this Jets team is the middle of their defense. Their safeties and their linebackers. Josh Allen will make like Aaliyah and work the middle. You get that? Rock the boat.
Yes.
Work the middle.
Yes, I got that.
Only someone as down and as cool as you would understand that reference, Marissa. But yeah, I like the Bills tonight.
Wow, absolutely putting respect on my name. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ches. I didn't catch the final game of week 1 tonight when Aaron Rodgers and the Jets host Josh Allen and the Bills. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, while kickoff is scheduled for a couple of hours later across the TSN network. The Blue Jays are set to kick off their biggest series of the season tonight against the scuffling Rangers. Toronto took advantage of arguably their weakest spot in the schedule, finishing off a sweep of the Royals yesterday and winning 10 of the last 15 against teams below 500, which sees them back in a wildcard spot to start the week. They are facing a Rangers team that is in freefall. Texas seemingly had the West all wrapped up mid-August when they were 24 games over 500. But since then, their injury-ravaged roster has lost 16 of 22 games, and they're now in 3rd in the division and half a game out of the playoff spot. Toronto should have the edge in the pitching matchups for this series, as Texas is without Jacob deGrom for the rest of the season due to Tommy John, and Nathan Eovaldi is not expected to be at full strength after just returning from a right forearm strain. The series is also crucial because Toronto lost 2 of 3 against Texas back in June, in their only other series this season. In a playoff race that looks like it's going down to the wire, the Jays desperately need the tiebreakers against as many teams as possible. Unfortunately, among the 8 other teams vying for playoff spots, the Bluebirds currently only hold the tiebreaker against the Astros. It's fine. This is why we get romantic about baseball, okay? Because they make us feel all of these feelings all of the time. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
We're going to start at Yankee Stadium, where Derek Jeter made an appearance at his former stomping grounds. attending his first Old Timers Day with the rest of the core four. But it wasn't just Yankees fans who were excited to see this legend.
Derek Jeter made his first appearance at Old Timers Day. Willie Adames did not let the moment pass. His idol growing up, he runs out to greet him, tell him how much he loved watching him. And now watch this. This is the greatest reaction. Yeah! I met my idol. He's so excited.
Oh my god, that is so wholesome and sweet. Man, we love baseball. Meanwhile, in the NFL, the bone-crushing hits were not limited to between the lines. Check out this ref in the Cards-Commanders game, who takes a big hit on the sidelines, but still gets up to toss a flag on the play. It's kind of giving us Undertaker vibes. Can we see that again? I'm sorry, the way he rolls back up and tosses the flag is hilarious. He seems unaffected, but I feel like his pride is hurt. And lastly, NBA 2K24 was just released on Friday night, but something tells me they're still working out some of the kinks. Okay. He's still stuck there, guys. He's still stuck. Here we go. You can't score while he's like that. I mean, technically, there is basket interference, so, I mean, the game is glitching, but it got the rules right. Listen, machine learning, right? It's just figuring it out. We've got big news out of Van City as the Canucks have named their captain. Quinn Hughes was announced as the 15th captain in franchise history this morning. Hughes is just 23 years old, but has already established himself as one of the best defensemen in the league, and wore an A last season. Hughes will be the first full-time blue liner to don the C for the Canucks since Kevin McCarthy over 40 years ago. Hughes is coming off a career year that saw him post a career-high 69 assists, 76 points, and 34 power play points in over 25 minutes of ice time a night. Hughes said, "When I came here 5 years ago, I knew what I was walking into having grown up in Toronto. Just a crazy hockey market and a passionate fan base. It has been a pleasure and treat to play for this franchise, and to be the captain is something that is incredibly special, and something that I couldn't ever imagine would happen." But we don't just want to hear from the man himself, we want to hear from the Bar Down team. How do they feel about this captaincy?
Jack Hughes.
I feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah, Canucks fans should be excited.
I just think Quinn Hughes is a precious soul, and I just hope he never gets hurt.
I like Quinn Hughes, and he's Jewish, and he's repping the Jewish community, and I feel good about that.
Pretty cool.
Thought it was going to be Petey, but congrats, Quinn Hughes.
Redo, Corwin.
Luke Hughes.
Okay. Wow, a lot of Canucks fans in the office, eh? For the record, I used to live in Vancouver. Okay, I have a soft spot for Canucks fans, and I absolutely adore Quinn Hughes. Congrats, buddy. There are so many NFL games on at the same time every Sunday. There's a chance there are some things you missed. So if you're around the water cooler today talking some football, here's what you need to know. We just start with the story of Week 1. Tua and the Dolphins, who beat the Chargers in a shootout. His 466 passing yards were the third most in a Week 1 game in the Super Bowl era, behind only Tom Brady and Dan Marino. Tua passed for so many yards he could not believe the final total when he was asked about it after the win.
466 through the air for you today, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 466 yards for you today. Unbelievable day.
Yeah, that's a lot. Tyreek Hill was on the receiving end of over 200 of those yards, and 2 of those scores. And the Dolphins' offense as a whole had 16 explosive plays, the second most in a game since 2014. Yes, it's Week 1, but for all the talk about the Bills and Jets in the AFC East, if Tua plays like this, who is stopping the Dolphins? Speaking of stopping people, defenses had their way in Week 1 with teams, as only 6 of 30 starting quarterbacks in the league passed for over 250 yards, and just under half passed for under 200 yards, including some big names like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, and Daniel Jones. Week 1 is always weird, but this year especially for some of the big names in the sport. Jordan Love isn't the biggest name of the sport yet, but he went off against the Bears. Everyone wanted to see what the Packers would look like without Aaron Rodgers, and the former first-round pick popped off in his first start of the season. He, Tua, and Mac Jones are the only QBs that passed for 3 touchdowns on Sunday. Just like we all predicted going into the games, right? That's all for today. We'll see you right back at tomorrow, 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.